All right, what's up, guys? I know it's been a while. You guys have been asking me, finding me on social media and whatnot. Where have you been? Well, I mean, I've been busy painting, and a matter of fact, give me a second. I'll show you one piece. All right, so here's a piece off of ZX10r. I still have to wet sand and polish it. It's been sitting. You can see my fingerprints right there, but that'll wipe off. And I've got to sand and polish that out. It's a metallic, but you can't really see it on camera. A little bit, not a whole lot. So I've been busy painting motorcycles. That's where I've been, giving quotes, painting bikes. And of course, just regular old life. Since I'm still up, I got time today. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do a valve adjustment. I already started, which I'll talk about in a second. I've changed my mind again. I was gonna go with those cams. Oh, I already put them up. Okay, so I was gonna go with a different set of cams in the beginning. Then I said, nah, we're going with those cams. Then I said, nah, we're going with these. So those cams are bigger than these cams, but these are bigger than the previous cams, if you get what I'm saying. So this is the middle of the line. So I'm gonna call this a mild cam. Either of them, all three of them were bigger than stock, so it really didn't make a difference. But I really want those to work, but it's too much sauce. Too much sauce. These would be easier for me to get the bike going. It's starting to get warm outside. I want to hurry up, put this bike together, or put this motor together, so I can put this in the bike, so you guys can see, and so I can see how this thing is going to perform. I also miss riding. But as you know, when I put this back together, I'm going to have to get it retuned. Yes, I am supposed to go on the dyno, but I might not. I might see what I could do, and it's probably going to be some holes in the tune or whatever the case may be. And if it's real bad, then I'll take it on a dyno. If not, I'm not tripping. But we'll get to that point. We'll see. If I got to go on a dyno, I'll get on the dyno. If not, yo, we're trying to do this DIY. We're trying to get all of this done from home. The knowledge that I have and whatever I can't do, if I can't pay for it, like if I can't afford to pay for it, then it don't get done. Like the cams, if I can't figure that out right now, time is of the essence. So we're not going to use those right now. If I cannot use them, I'll sell them. But remember, when I put this motor in, I have another motor that's in the bike that's gotta come out, so we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for that. Anyways, let's get back to this. So far, this is all I have. So I wrote down each piston. Yes, these are pistons. See, I even made the little notch right there. See the little notch? See that? See that for the valve? You see that? That's really because I grabbed that piston right there and then I just put it right there to make a circle, because I can't make a circle for crap. You see how I made the little valve reliefs? So this is really piston 1, and then 2, 3. Oh, I'm lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. For this, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna keep it simple. In order to do the valve adjustment, you need to be within this spec for the exhaust. This is for Gen 2 ZX10. Okay, Gen 2 ZX10. I don't know about Gen 3. The specs may be the same. I don't know. Gen 1 may be the same. I don't know, because we are dealing with a Gen 2. At a Gen 3 or a Gen 1 head on the Gen 2 bike, the block is still Gen 2 going off of Gen 2. So the Gen 2 is bam. Now they do have a race spec. This is not the race spec. I really should look that up real fast, to be honest with you. That's okay though, I'm not tripping. We're going off of this one. But I am gonna check that race spec. But I already started. It's alright, I'll check it later. And if I want to change it, I'll change it. But right now, we're sticking with this. So the exhaust, 0.17 to 0.22 millimeters. The intake, 0.15 to 0.24 millimeters. So obviously, if we look at the exhaust, that's up here. I put exhaust and intake because intake is on the bottom. If you see, that's where the intake is and the exhaust is on the other side. So I did this like this on purpose. I couldn't get those, so I got these, right? Bam. So out of spec. Of course, with these cams, I already kind of figured I was gonna be out of spec, but bam, out of spec. And then out of spec. Go to the intake side, 30-30, out of spec. 30-30, out of spec. So out of spec. In order to get the valve adjustment done, it's A plus B minus C equals a D. That is what she said. We'll get to the math part in a minute when I get there, because I gotta fill this chart out, and I'm gonna break it down. The whole thing is pretty simple. And yes, I'm doing the valve adjustment with the cylinder head off the motor. You can. I've seen some people put a cam chain on here and run it, and they tie it some kind of way, like vice grips or whatever, and they are able to rotate the motor over using a chain as leverage to spin it. I don't have a spare chain. Remember, we're reusing our existing cam chain, I'm assuming. But I've thought about it. There are some vice grips that have like similar teeth, and I'm curious if I took this off, put the bolts back in, of course, take the vice grips, match the teeth up in lines, and then move it if it'll turn. I'm sure it probably would. I just don't have those, and I'm not gonna go buy them, so I'm gonna do this the way I've been doing every other bike. Okay, that's my 8-minute rant, so let's get to it. I numbered these. I don't know if you guys can see it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then so on and so forth. So that way when I disassemble, I can go in order. I'm gonna probably speed this part of the video up. You guys aren't really gonna see much, but I'm just loosening these up so I can turn the cams. You also want the lobes. See how this lobe is up and this lobe is up? I can take the valve adjustment for these, but I can't take the valve adjustment for this one because the lobe is down and this lobe is down. Yes, they say you want the lobe to be 100% up in order to take the valve adjustment. It does not need to be 100% up. That's my rant. Back to the show. These two. So I need these two. So we're going to rotate this all the way. Oh, I forgot that one, didn't I? I wasn't able to get this one. Yeah, I forgot this one. Why didn't you guys tell me? Y'all just sitting there watching. So I need this one and this one. So I should be good. I should be golden. Where I leave off at 8? Okay, 9. Get a little ASMR action in there. 9, 10. So now I can check this one, and I'm finished with the exhaust. And then I have to check this one and this one for the intake, and then I'm done with that. Yeah, you want to torque them down, but 13. You want to torque them down, but you really don't have to for this. I never have. I mean, on the very first motor that I built or rebuilt, the very first rebuild that I've ever done, I did torque them down. Every motor after that, I've literally just hand tightened them and sent it. Full send. Maybe that's why all my motors have blown up. Maybe they blown up because I do my own work. Alright, so let's do the exhaust first. 17 to 22, so we're gonna start at 25. Let's hit this one and this one. So we'll start with this one. 25 slides in too easy. Skip one and then, yep, 25. Too easy, too easy. We'll skip to 30. That's probably gonna be 30 goes in, but yeah, I don't have a 31 or a 32, so let's try 33. Dang. Golly. Yep. From 33 to 40, we're skipping. It's made in China. I'm skipping. I don't think 40 going in. Heck you know. Nope. Okay, so 33. I'm gonna have to guess, because I don't have any other feeler gauges. So I'm gonna guess 35. 34 would probably go in, so I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess 35, because I only have 33. It doesn't show up. It doesn't show up. I only have 33. And then it skips. Make sure when you get a feeler gauge, you get a complete set. Oh snap. Oh snap. Oh snap. I said I'm gonna guess 35, right? Here's 35. Oh, I still got oil on them, so it's stuck together. 35. 35. 35. 35. Alright, that's all 38. I think 35 is gonna be the one I write down. Nope. I had to really force that in there. I mean, it'll go. I gotta really force that in there. I think 35. 35 is the number. I can get 38 in there, but I'm forcing it. So 35. I think 35 is the number. So 0.35. Look, my handwriting is sloppy because I didn't bring my clipboard. Okay. 0.35. And that one we gonna 0.35. So that row is complete. So boom, we got all that. Bruh, really? 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 38, 35, 30, 30, 30, 30. Really? All right. Intake. We'll start with 25. What do we do with these numbers? We gotta take the cams out and we gotta get the present shim size. So we gotta measure the thickness of the shim. We're gonna put that as A. After we get that thickness, like I said, put it as A. B will be whatever we measured. C, we put that number in for Gen 2. That's the mean. That's the number that they give out of the manual. And then once you add A plus B minus C, that's going to give you your new replacement shim thickness. All right, I'm going to take these cams out and get to work. Here we are. All right, we're on. It works. Okay, so I'm about ready to go sit down now because I'm kind of hunched over doing this. So I'm just going to I'm gonna document this and I'm gonna go sit down and finish everything else up. And I'll just walk you guys through it, and that pretty much be about it. Cause like I said, it's a little free time, a little day, so I'm trying to get a lot more done than just this. Anyways, take this up, bam, just like that. You got your shim. You want to get your shim, and it says it is 172. We are going to confirm that. You want to wipe off the oil, dirt, grease, grime. You really should be wearing gloves. But, okay. Alright, so we're in millimeters. And we want to confirm that this is 172. Slide that in. Hope I don't pinch my fingers. And the caliber says 173. Oh, 172. Kind of squishing it. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna just go until it stop here. It stops there. It could be 1 or 2 off. See? Oh, no, it's not on here. It says plus or minus. But it's also made in China. Normally I use one of these, but it's dead. So, not this one though. I don't like this one. This one does not give a good reading. The one I normally use has like metal up here. It's still a Harbor Freight joint. But, oh, there it is over there. This is the one. This is the one I normally use. This is saying 173. Pull this out. Alright. So we'll write 172 since it's on here. So I'm just gonna write A equal 172. I'm gonna put the shim back. Put the bucket back. On to the next one. This one say 175. $175. They say 176, like I said, it's plus or minus, but we're gonna go off of what the shim says. 175. I mean, this could be right, but it's also Harbor Freight. Equals 175. Get back. We're gonna change it later, of course, but like I said, I'm just trying to write these numbers down. What shim? What shim? This is a prime example why, even if you buy a new cylinder head from somebody else, or if you replace something, you want to double check to make sure everything is right, because there's no shim. I know you see that piece right there, but there's no shim. Nope. That makes sense why that was 38. Okay, so I'm finished. I think I'm about to go sit down. This is kind of a lot, me having a hunch over. I'm getting old, man. Okay, the last one is the only one that had a number. The rest of them didn't, so I cleaned them all up. So this is what we're looking at so far. So this is the clearance that I got. That's the clearance. That's the clearance. 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 You get the point. A equals the present shim thickness 1.75. I didn't put the point there, but I know 1.75. When I do the equation, I'll make sure to put that in there, but I'm gonna show you guys all of that as well. I'm just gonna end this video here, and then I'm gonna go sit down, and then I'm going to come back. And while I'm sitting down, you know what? Don't worry about it. You will see that part. I'm adding it in. It's gonna be 2 videos. It's gonna be 1 video, but I'm merging it in. I'm gonna merge it in. Don't worry about it. I just gotta sit down, man. I'm getting old, man. My back. Okay, so as far as the math goes, let's do piston 1 exhaust. Now A, so that's gonna be 1.72 plus 0.35 minus 0.195. That's what's given to us, and then it's going to equal, remember, 1.72 plus 0.35 minus what the manual tells us. That's our new clearance. I ended up putting a 185 in there because I was low on shims. You are supposed to go up. Problem is, did I write it down? I'm also low on 190, so I was screwed already after those anyways. So I'm gonna have to definitely go back and double check, because if you get a size like this, for example, now this was measured 172. Normally they go up in increments of 5. Here we are, see? They go up in increments of 5. But I did have 2 of these that were 172. But like I said, if it was this, you would go up to the 190, but I didn't have any more 190s. Well, I did for that one, but right, the other ones I ended up having to go down. But that's pretty much it. So take out the old shim. So the old shim would be the 172. You take that out, and then you put in your new shim, which would be the whatever you have written down here, and you're good to go. So that's it. Okay, so I already showed you guys that. I already showed you guys the math. I already showed you guys how all of that's done. All you have to do at that point is, we'll go with the exhaust. Yes, I really did have a 1.72 shim, and that was the clearance. Did the math. That's what needed to go in there. I was low on shims, so I ended up having to put a 185 instead of, but right. So anyways, 185. So you take that out. The shim is in there. You swap the shims over. You put the new shim in. Put that back down. Boom. Do that to all of them. Grab your camshaft. Put it back in. And then grab the cam caps. Boom. Put that back on. And retake the measurements. And if you're within the spec, then you're good. If not, you're redoing it.